Okay, I'm going to try again on the recording. Hold on the the GOT discussion. Let's see if we come up. I restarted OBS. I had to force it out. I actually had to go into the
Taskman.
task
I hear
manager.
stuff.
Yeah, I see the stream.
I don't see anything yet.
I heard you double talking. The stream was on.
Okay, there we go.
Icons need to get rearranged, apparently.
Yeah, I expected that.
At least me and Alex are
Okay,
the right
well,
one.
we seem to be coming up again. We will get our picture now that everything is all out of order. Let me get everybody where they belong. And
Yes, I'm occupying the entire room.
yeah, really, yeah. I'm trying to get everything set up, and it doesn't even want to do that. Why am I getting? Everything's all goofed up.
Dear OBS, die in a fire.
I think it just did, and that's the problem.
Incoming epic out of the way. No, but without going back into the Game of Thrones like part of it, what I meant by jumping the shark and going Full Metal Alchemist is that even the people who did the Full Metal Alchemist anime had an idea of where the show was ending, but they still went a completely different path to get to that ending.
Yeah.
That's why I was making the comparison before.
I actually was gonna support what you were saying there. Yeah, it does hit a lot of the same notes, both the original and Brotherhood. So I think the show might be doing the same thing, might be following a general series Bible, but it doesn't have a lot of the details, and they're having to tweak the plots here and there to get to what they want. And that's not something that the show is. The show's definitely done that plenty of times before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
gonna.
But just to backtrack for a second, Brotherhood was actually an exact match for what happened in the manga. So that one,
exactly.
You can't even cut that one.
That's what I'm saying. It's this versus that. It's the original versus Brotherhood. So we can see they both hit the same notes, but one of them clearly was much closer to the actual manga than the other one, and they both came to the same conclusion. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, also, I will state for the record, the show will never, ever be as good as the books because he raped her, you killed her, you raped her, you killed her, you murdered her children.
No details.
That
yeah,
scene,
we're on stream right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on stream, no details.
I'm referring to a particular scene that I very enjoyed in the book.
I understand. It is a spoiler, Jason. Don't make me mute you.
Been out for years.
No, it doesn't matter. Just like I said, to keep out the details of Game of Thrones. By the way, we're not going into the details. So it's like when you start giving details, that kind of goes against don't do it.
Really details. It's the framing of my statement. So are we actually streaming? Is everything back on?
We're actually streaming. That's why I'm saying no details.
Yeah, we're still getting the technical stuff lined up, but yeah, we are on.
I don't have the stream up because it causes everything to break on my end.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, sorry people who are watching and then listening to this nerd argument of epic proportions. We were having a discussion while waiting for things to get fixed.
I think people who listen to D&D streams probably aren't too worried about D&D arguments.
That's true.
That's true.
That is very true.
Oh.
While this is all going on, I'm going to go tend to my oven.
Well, I'm slowly looking at my roommate who's probably wanting to hit me with the spatula. What?
Oh, what's this about progress on Victor? Looks like the artist there is on the stream. Like in the comments.
Oh, cool.
By the way, really love the artwork that you showed me. I am very fond of that. I'm getting some of them up.
Sorry, apparently we have mice outside. My roommate's like, I have just spent this entire time running after these things.
Let's get the cats.
My cats are too lazy to kill mice. Okay, there's the problem when our vet looks at us and goes, so why is this one 17.2 pounds? I'm like, I don't know, she won't stop eating. That's okay. All this delay gives me time to enjoy carne asada.
Ah, there we go. I couldn't find one of the overlays. It got behind the other. Something really got goofed up. Okay.
So did I tell you guys that I had to scale a building to get into my apartment the other day?
No,
You had to
didn't hear anything
scale
about
a
this.
building.
You got to scale a building? Nice.
I had to scale a building.
You got to scale a building. Who doesn't actually want to scale a building?
I don't.
You would be surprised. Most people don't want to scale buildings.
I don't.
Um,
I'm lazy.
I would totally want to scale a building.
Anyway, I lost my key to the apartment, and that very same morning that I told my sister, she also locked me out while she was out with a friend. So I got out of work at like 11 p.m. Came home, was looking forward. No, it was 12. Sorry, 12 p.m. Came home, I was looking forward to falling asleep, and the door was locked. It's like, so I put my backpack and my bag that I brought with me, and down in front of the door, walked back down the stairs, walked to the side of the building, and climbed up the side. Luckily, she had left the balcony door unlocked, which I knew she usually does. So I was just able to slide the balcony door open and walk in, unlock the front door, pick my backpack and bag up, walk back
She
in.
had a burglar break in. Gee, just think about that. Anybody can break in that way.
Yeah. It's a good thing it was me.
So actually, just think of it like this. Anybody can break into anywhere given enough time and effort.
This is true.
Listen,
I've
never
almost
leave
got
unlocked
Mike's
doors
picture
until
in place. I've just got to get Discord to cooperate here. I so wish I had a technical.
Oh, so I may have caught a viewer, possibly, because I was at my friend's house last night, and I told him about our main attraction is our GM, and he was like, "Your grandmother is the GM? That's kind of cool."
Your GM is your GM.
Yeah. I told
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
told him that we stream every Sunday. I was like, "That's kind of cool." So I'll check with him at some point this week and see if he actually wants to watch.
I told my boss he's actually an old school D&D person. He hasn't played in probably about 10, something like that. But I told him about the streaming going on. He's not gonna come on Twitch, but he's definitely gonna look for it on YouTube.
Okay, final transition, and we should finally have faces where they belong. There we go. My goodness, I always have all that done before we start the stream, but all this crashing goofed everything up. So we finally
Well,
are.
you know what? People just got to see how much work you put into this.
Yeah,
There you go.
and I also
Okay.
appreciate the fact that the big boys have a huge tech crew behind the scenes to be able to handle all this when they go down. And me, it's just me. I'm the tech crew and everything. So, yeah. All right, where were we? We had Mardukov, the young Mardukov Elvir, had just come running down the steps and explained to you that they had seen one of the druids goofing around in the upstairs, and his father had given chase, and she was jumping out of the window upstairs. So where are we?
Gonna follow
Pushing
the
past the kid and going upstairs.
Yeah, we're currently running up the ramp that the guy came down.
I'm a quick apologize. If I suddenly throw my headset, it's because I have to go catch a cat. Sorry. But no, yeah, I'm totally running up. I'm totally running up after everyone.
All right, back to running up the stairs after tripping and falling down.
I didn't kick you
Seems
yet.
about right.
I mean, what was that distraction other than us tripping and falling down the stairs?
Yeah, but I didn't kick you yet.
Oh, but well.
And it looks like Sylvia's in a vat of wine. Anyway, you come running up the stairs.
Yeah, that's the poisoned wine, if I remember correctly.
No.
It is.
Okay, so you are back upstairs, and he points to the upstairs area up where the ramp was, where you can see that there are rooms up above on the upper story. You can get up there by the stairs, or you can go up the ramp to the next flight.
Might as
Just
well
keep
continue
running.
going up the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go up the ramp.
Okie doke.
Nothing but sponge on the top floor. Nothing but stuff. Mold.
Very cold
not
up there.
again.
It would actually help me if I had gotten the cursor strahd thing to load up properly. It decided to not want to load, so I'm not in it yet. Oops.
The stairs, the doors there by the thing are actually standing open where they apparently ran through, and you can get through to the landing, which is this area here, to get down to the rooms. When you get into that hallway, you find that Davian Mardukov is standing by a broken window and looking
Is that
out.
the guy on the left side?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Crap.
The lad runs over to him. Clank,
Yeah.
clank, 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 clank.
He,
What has happened?
he's,
What now?
he's rubbing his bridge of his nose. There was one of them here in this room. They were going through all the papers that we have for the presses. They were looking for something. I do not know. I told you, yes, about the gem and how we use it.
Yes.
Kind of.
Well, once there
That
were
was a good idea, but
two of them. And I think perhaps they thought that the other one was still here, but the first one was stolen some months ago. I am not sure who took it, but I don't believe it was the druids. Someone came in the night and stole our first gem. We had only one remaining, and we were only able to use half the fields because of it.
Got it. So they went out that window?
They jumped out. They broke this window and jumped out. Yes.
Excuse me,
Look out
Derek.
the
And
window.
I'm gonna kind of gently ask Derek, excuse me, and then I'm just gonna go jump out the window.
That's what Derek is gonna do. So yeah, no, you wait your turn. Derek will jump down first, make sure it's safe.
If I land on you, oh Jesus.
Yep.
It's a long drop. It's about, let's see, it would be about a 20-foot drop. So you would take 2d6 worth of falling damage.
Victor will go after them and
acrobatics?
calmly climb out of the window.
Vlad will go run back down the stairs and go out the door.
Alex is going down the stairs too.
So,
guys.
wait,
He's
how
the
many
type
points
that
of damage
uses
do I-
stairs.
You said
So
roll
how many points
2d6.
damage?
Yes.
7.
Slow fall. Beginning at level 4, you may use your reaction when you fall to reduce all falling damage you take by the amount of equal to 5 times your monk level.
Which
Good
currently
for
is
you.
5.
Woo.
So,
Utility.
Yay.
I will. I will
figured
turn
had
to
play
the.
this,
I will turn to the gentleman.
this, you will
Bid him
remember
good evening.
this
Is
as
it
the day
morning?
you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's afternoon, evening.
It
Where are we
is
at?
morning. It is still morning,
Ah.
but just barely before noon. It's probably about
Oh, in that case,
getting
I will
on
say,
noon.
I will
Baroni
probably
is
come
always
trotting
right.
along, hands behind my back, and just say, "Good morning," and then just like walk out and land perfectly on my feet, arms not moved from my back.
It will also be much easier for you to get out that window than Dirok. He had to kind of squeeze. All
Land
that-
on Dirok's shoulders.
Yeah.
Forward!
Past broken glass. Ooh.
He's gonna throw me. We know this is coming.
Yep, this is gonna
Eventually.
happen. Well, yeah, it's the fastball special. We're
Yeah.
gonna make this happen.
So Vlad gets outside, and Dirok
What
is
if-
hurt again.
Is Jason there?
I went down the stairs.
Okay.
Vlad and
I
Jason,
actually
or
was moving
Vlad,
icons.
Okay.
Vlad and Alex were both going out the door.
Okay. So I just need to know, you're outside though, Alex?
Yes, I'm following along dutifully.
You're
I'm
outside.
gonna turn to
How
Vlad
far
and-
away is this druid?
You can see her running towards that road that headed south. She is probably about, 120 to 200 feet ahead of you.
Alright, so I can't reasonably throw you then.
Throw who? Monarch?
Yeah. I was gonna say we'll get him engaged right away just so
Right,
that,
yeah. New javelin. Monarch throwing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, how far can you show me? Really, like, realistic? What, 20 foot, maybe 30 foot?
Well, you would be small for me, a medium. I don't know. That's I guess probably up to the GM.
Yeah.
What is going on?
But
I have a
I would
30-foot
assume
range.
probably just say I would probably say the same length that it would take for Colossus and Wolverine, so probably 20 feet.
Yeah, he's a small. Regular humanoids are mediums and halflings are small.
Yeah, and if I do land, I can move another 35 because I'm small, but get plus 10 movement because monk. So
Alright, but anyways, yeah, I'm giving chase then to the druid.
I'm gonna poke.
Can I?
Vlad is running along behind Dirok, holding out his bag of berries, saying, "Wait, you need to come back."
So technically, Durok's speed is 40. Would I reasonably be able to do 40 and be able to be within range of a javelin?
No, you're going to have the same problem you did before. Once you start giving chase
Oh.
and she sees you on her heels, she is going to shift into a cat form. So you are
Does
going to have the same problem.
Hold
But she
on.
is clearly heading for that road.
As I jump down, damn it!
No. Crash! Ooh.
Yeah, I
This
did.
is not a-
Yeah,
it's not
that
a
was
net
not the most
Any
graceful landing. So yeah.
one.
At any point, was she within 30 feet of us?
No.
No, she's 120 feet.
No,
I
she
didn't
had
think
jumped
so.
out the window as you were coming up the ramp. And by the time you got to the window, she had already made quite a bit of distance away from the winery. She is beating the ground, heading south towards the area that Davian had said the druids seemed to be coming up from. Down to an area he calls Yester Hill.
I'll be back again.
Well,
Vlad, in case.
I could catch up, but it would not be a good idea by myself.
I was actually gonna ask if I could piggyback. Fricker, buddy. You know I've got a great spell on hand that I can probably use if we catch her.
It would be bad decision for both of us. Let us go as whole group.
What if you turn into horse and then carry me like you did a POTUS?
I was gonna do that.
Oh, I could, but then it would be two of us. But we are wasting time talking about it. Let us run normally.
But here's the thing that we
I
run
think
into
it's
the
just
forest.
like running as
We-
he's saying this.
well, The thing is, we run into the forest, we're gonna have that same problem with the last druid, that she's just gonna spawn trees, and just continue to spawn trees.
Oh, I bet you they are already there.
But no, the thing is that she can stay out of our range, spawning to all the trees and whatnot, and we would not be able to get her because she'll just continue to dip out.
Well, at least we'll be following her trail until we reach the end. I mean,
I-
granted, if we reach the end,
She's
Well,
already
predictably
reaching
on
the
the hill.
forest, though. That's the thing.
well, yeah. there's
You
no
can
question
ask
about it, we can go
Davian.
after her.
You can always inquire of Davian what the circumstances are down there.
Yeah,
I thought we did all right.
Derek doesn't think that. He's not smart enough. We should have someone like Vlad or Sylvia.
Didn't we already ask him?
Not about Yester Hill, no, he just has said he thinks that the druids are coming up from that area, that's all.
Oh, okay. Then as this cat lady runs off into the forest, Vlad will put his mace back into his belt loop and turn around to go back up to
He's leaning out of the
Davian.
window if
just-
you want to just yell at him.
Oh, okay. He does not do that then.
Oi, where is that point?
Where is
There's
Yester Hill and what is the situation there?
there is a burial mound with there used to be like a henge on the top of the hill, but it has crumbled many years ago and is just a pile of ruins now, and all around it there are burial mounds of all kinds. It is a creepy place at the best, is all I can say, and we keep an eye on it from time to time, but it has been quiet until probably a couple months ago, and trouble has started.
Are we talking trouble with pointy fangs and likes to suck the life out of other people, or are we talking other problems?
There are a couple of sources that it could be. I will tell you that down by the river, the flooded village is stirring again. I do not know what the woman down there is doing.
That's an important thing, the flooded village. That's one of the tarot card things.
Oh.
boy.
So we need to go there anyways.
Well, we're gonna have to go there. Well,
The
regardless, we've got
flooded
things to set
village
fire
is
to.
over by the river, but the henge, the burial mound, it is over to the west of the river, and it is a very high hill. You cannot miss it. It's probably 400 feet high, very tall, and there has been activity going on, and all of the trees come up from there, and the druids come up from there, so we have been avoiding it.
Alright, so if she's running to that location, I say we go. We take whatever the hell they've been taking from whatever, get it back. You know, gotta keep this wine flowing. If they need that gem to keep the wine flowing, it's in our best interest to keep the wine flowing.
If you
And
can
then we'll-
solve this problem, I will ask you possibly to take the wagon to Kresk. We have already sent the one to Valaki, but we are hoping to have someone take the another wagon to Kresk. They are in need of wine as well, but first you must solve this.
Kresk was the other place we needed to go. Or was Kresk Kresk is the drowned village?
No,
No.
Kresk. Are you asking him or OC?
No, I'm asking you.
Kresk and the
Also
drowned
mentioned
village are
it,
two
OC.
different things, but he would tell you that.
I
Okay.
do remember us having been told something about Kresk, so
And the Vistani guy, Aragal, told us to go to Kresk. I don't remember what it was for. I know that the drowned village is the one that has
one of those prophecy things.
Not only this,
So-
but Vlad would also
the White
feel,
Sun is in Kresk.
and Vlad would also feel the hairs prickle a little bit on the back of his neck when he hears this concept of a drowned village. Something in your memory stirs.
These, I'll bring that up as we're walking, but the conjurer tarot card that had 9 on it, that was the dead village, the John village. The healer, the sword of sunlight, pool blessed by light of white sun, that was in Kresk.
Okay. Enough.
I take notes.
Good. Someone has to.
Good. Yeah, I was just gonna say. All right, Derek starts leading. We need to get
Okay.
this druid fast
So-
before something bad happens.
You are heading south. You'll cross the fields. She'll disappear down the road, and you will reach the road and head down it. It is a fairly wide road, but you get the feeling that you have as you enter it is kind of like this.
Oh, so it's like a Middle Zealand road.
Middle Zealand?
Yeah, what?
Middle
Is
Earth
that a
is
thing? But
New Zealand.
Middle
Okay, so
Earth,
there's
Middle
Old
Earth,
Zealand,
New
there's
Zealand.
but this is Middle Zealand?
Middle Earth, New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're going for.
As they're walking, Vlad will hand Duroc, let's do 5 berries, each one doing 4 points of healing.
I'm actually okay on healing.
5, so 20 total.
20 total, yes.
Alright.
And he will turn to the rest of the group as he's doing this and say, "The drowned village. I don't like the name of it. Is it just a bad feeling, or is there actually something I can remember?"
One of your dreams that you had came up with an
Oh.
event that occurred in a village and something about the drowned village, and you just feel like you have a memory connection to that village.
I don't like these. This drowned village. It raises the hairs on my neck.
It's just a superstition. Villages
Superstition.
Villages cannot actually drown. They're not
Superstition walks and breathes in this land.
Look, for argument's sake, Durag, sometimes superstitions have a hint of truth to it. Like, they get embellished, they get lied about, they kind of get stretched out and made bigger than they are, but there still might be something to it.
The
Villages
phrase
can't-
drown. It is a metaphor.
They can flood.
What is
and that
metaphor?
could technically be.
The drowned village is just a village that has flooded.
Yeah.
Then why don't they call it the flooded village?
Because
Because
drowned village
drown
sounds more
sounds
cool.
better.
It does sound better.
It
Creepy
sounds
is better.
stupid.
I'm with Derek on this. It is a pointless infatuation of the name.
Ugh.
Yeah,
This conversation is pointless.
better than Winter Splinter.
Okay, you shush.
He's not wrong.
Hey, look, you don't make up the Lord names, the Lord names make up you. What?
That doesn't even make sense. I mean, usually you don't make sense, but that was pretty. I don't
We
know.
say this as we're walking under the evil trees.
Yes, we are saying
I-
this as we're walking.
Yeah.
Somehow a
say,
voice
"Whatever you
comes.
say, kill
Somehow a voice comes out of the forest and says, "The village isn't named that. The village, the people around here just refer to it as that."
Who was there?
We hear something. I grab my axe.
That
I don't know. I was worried for a second. I thought it was gonna be a case you just grab me, just wield me like a club. Like, you're the last one to touch.
I want to wield.
I have a
stuff.
halfling.
I have a halfling.
Argumentative voice.
I have a halfling, and I know how to use him.
He knows
guess
how
I
to
count
use
as a shotgun
himself.
if I
He knows
shoot
how to
me.
predict. He knows how to brandish fancy words. Use it.
You trot fairly quickly along this road, and you come to where it begins to open out, and you can see a hill opening up ahead of you, and it's quite tall. You can see that there is a path that winds up and around the hill. You can see cairns within your view, stone cairns all over the hill, and distantly at the top of the hill you can see a pile of stones that looks like it was some kind of ruin. And from this distance, it looks like people of some kind have taken stones and piled them up into a wall, kind of trying to rebuild a structure of some kind from the rubble left behind. There are people moving. You can see between the gaps in the wall. You can see there are people moving and doing something at the top of the hill. And you can see the druid that you were chasing just starting to crest the hill and move towards the ruin. She is very distant from you, but she is also still quite a ways away from the ruins at the top. She's moving along the...
There she is. It seems we have come to the right place.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm gonna throw my hood on, and I'm gonna try and stealth as close as I can.
Clank, 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 clank.
I am not in metal, so.
No, but we are.
I'm
Well,
not.
one of you is.
Alex is
Two
actually
of
gonna
us
let
are.
the person trying to sneak and not run up there.
Yeah, just keep
Not terribly
behind.
enough, Daddy.
Yeah, Sylvia kind of melds into the green of the surroundings and is pretty invisible. The path is a very long path, and as you break out into the open, it takes you some distance to be able to climb up to where the actual hill is. You begin to notice the ground under your feet is slanting already as you climb the path. You get up probably 100 feet or so, and she is moving into the rubble as you climb. It's rather a difficult climb up the path. And you are starting to see all these activities in the ruins. It looks like there are a number of druids in the ruins. Probably with her, there's probably 3. And you move out into the open. You find yourself in an oval of concentric rings of cairns that lift up 100 feet at a ring. And just as you are moving up into like the second ring of this, about 200 feet up, you hear a crash of thunder above you, and you see storm clouds gathering. It seems out of place. There's something odd about this. You look off into the misty distance beyond the hill, and you realize you are at the edge of the mist that surrounds Barovia. You can see that mist that is dangerous, and when you go into it, it harms you. You can see it on the far western edge of this hill, and you realize you are at the very extreme edge of Barovia. Through the mist, like a mile or 2 distant, vaguely through the mist, you can see a shining castle that is gleaming as if it's made out of gold. There are towering spinnerets and fortifications, absolutely beautiful castle off in the mist. A very odd sight. And against this background of mist, as the overhead clouds begin to build and thunder begins to rumble overhead, lightning begins to strike the ground on the uppermost level of these ovals. And in front of you, coming down out of this foaming dark cloud, is this.
Am I within 120 feet of anybody from the group?
He is probably a good 300 feet from you. He is flying.
Oh, no. I meant me from the rest of the group. Am I at least 120 feet away from one of these guys?
If you have kept moving and they have stopped, yes, you could be 120 feet from them.
I would assume
Okay.
we'd be still walking towards where we saw the druid, so we would probably be within.
I would assume that we give her some space for her to do her stealthy thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
did you give her 120 feet is the question.
Maybe 100 feet.
Probably that.
I just need to be within 120. That's pretty much like the thing. Because I'm going to cantrip message and point and go, oi, fancy words. So, and describe everything you just said. And it's like, you can reply to this, but make sure you tell the rest of them.
Very good. So you are
So
messaging who?
Monarch.
Rumble Lord
AKA
Humbletree.
AKA fancy words.
Okay, so you're messaging Monarch that you're seeing all this mist and the thunder and lightning and the clouds, and Mr.
Yeah.
Dark and Gruesome is descending on a flaming horse,
With a really cool
flying.
horse. And then probably the
Uh,
last
so-
set of words I add to that is, I want that horse.
Monarch will suddenly just twitch as someone is in his mind. This guy. She's a pretty fun. The fog seems to be enclosing, which it seems to be enclosing a large castle-like structure made of gold. It appears to be a rather grim figure approaching on a rather demonic horse, which we want, by the way.
Okay, so loot the horse. Got it.
So,
Quick, Invincible's ready
so
to
I've just been
go!
told there's like gleaming spires in the fog. Am I getting that right? Like gleaming.
Yes,
And is this horse descending out of the sky?
yes,
Toward the castle or toward the hill?
towards the hill and towards the head of the trail you're climbing up.
I think we want to stay clear of his path.
I believe so, yes.
And
You're
as he descends, lightning begins to strike all the area, the oval around the ruins on the top of the hill, randomly strike the hill in random places. And the ground like erupts as it strikes it. It's not an image or illusion. You actually see rocks get churned up as these lightning strikes come out of the cloud and strike the hill at the top.
Quite one for theatrics, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm wearing a lot of metal, and that looks like real lightning.
It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I wanted to do a nature check for the storm.
I'd like to do the same.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can't find what's causing this. If it's possibly this guy, if it's possibly the druids.
Both of you, especially Victor with his background, and Gore Derek has basically the same idea, even though he doesn't have a magic background per se. You feel like this storm has been churned up by someone. It is a magic storm designed to prevent your moving forward.
Derok moves for no man.
Can I?
That's his goal.
That storm does not want us to enter.
Derok moves for no storm. I'm gonna
Okay,
keep
so
moving
so
forward.
if you guys do so Monarch can still reply to me as a message. I'm so far away from you not to know what the hell is going on with this storm.
Oh,
Other
we can
than
actually
I'm
reply.
trying not to be. Yeah, you can at least reply to me, but you're the only one who can. So.
Yeah, so you'll suddenly get the fancy words in your head. Derek and Victor believe it is some kind of magic storm which appears to be keeping us out. Advising that going any further might be inadvisable.
Does it appear
Derok's
to
moving
have
forward before you even
Does
relayed
this-
that message.
storm appear to have any sort of pattern to it?
No, it's completely random. It strikes here and there. Occasionally it strikes on the path. You get the feeling that it just is a naturally acting storm that was magically caused.
Is there any way to see a source from where it started, so to speak? Like, I know it's like above our heads and crashing down, but like,
That
is there a way that?
there's like a vortex of dark clouds swirling around the hill directly above the ruins at the top, and it is clear the lightning is coming out of this storm.
Okay. Okay.
After character speaking, are we trying to get to the top of the hill, right? Like that's what we're trying to do here.
Okay. Shoot. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I kind of want to do it.
Go up the hill? Alright. Screw it, why not?
No, actually, I want to see if I can dispel magic the storm.
Try it.
Okay.
She says a word so bad the storm goes away.
Give me your
Naturally
dispel
third
magic.
level.
Yeah.
There you go. And then if it needs a DC for it, it's 15. Wait, DC equals 10 plus spells level.
That's actually pretty good.
What is your spellcasting
check.
ability?
It'd be 13.
13, and
My
what's your...
spellcasting?
Yes.
Oh, my what do you mean?
What is
Trying to remember
your...
what my
Is it
spellcasting-
charisma? Is it wisdom? What is your
Yeah,
spellcasting?
It's charisma. It never really specified on the thing. I actually checked the full card.
Charisma, do you spell magic?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
he
so the way it
will...
works is
Will he cast charisma against you, or will he cast wisdom? I'm trying any
the
spell.
way it works. It's a DC. Whatever's level the spell slot you used to create the storm was, the DC is 10 plus that spell slot level, and she has to make an ability check using her spellcasting ability. For instance, if this was a 4th level spell, she casts this at 3rd level, the DC would be 14. She would roll a d20 and add her charisma modifier.
This is a level...
How do we do-
All right, this is a level 5 spell.
So the DC would be 15.
This is actually a level 3.
No,
This
you
is-
cast level 3 spell.
Oh.
This
He
storm
cast
is
this at level 5.
Oh, okay.
So we would
Make
roll.
an ability check. So, all right. So, how do I do the ability check then?
It's just d20 plus your charisma modifier plus 2 because of your jack of all trades.
Roll a d20 and add those in.
Okay. So.
Your charisma modifier is plus 4, right?
Yes.
So total it would be plus 6 because of your jack of all trades.
Okay. So 1d20 plus 6 then.
Yep.
Okay.
And there we go.
The lightning begins to fade. What happens is you affect the front part of the storm, and only the back part of the hill is still being affected by the lightning. He's only able to maintain it on the back. And as this effect happens, he spins his horse around and looks down the path and sees the group of you. Does not see Sylvia, but he sees the rest of you emerging from the tree line and coming up the hill. And he screams at you, "You will not stop what has begun."
An acquaintance of yours, perhaps?
Is this the same hooded figure? Is this Strahd? Is this the same guy who's been confronting us, or is this
You clearly recognize the voice, and now you can recognize the form as Strahd, yes.
Whoops.
Derog yells back. Sorry, who are you again?
that we've never met before, friend?
Look
You have
familiar.
lovely friend, by the way.
Wouldn't we
you had one.
recognize him from
No,
dreams, at
I'm-
least some
I'm
of
waiting.
us?
Say that again,
Yeah.
Riz, please.
Wouldn't at least some of us recognize him from dreams?
I
Yes,
recognize him, yes.
I'm saying
think all of us.
you all recognize him. Probably even
Yeah.
Monarch, because
I
Monarch
recognize
has
him
been
that one
here
time
and
he
confronting
confronted
us.
us.
Yeah,
Yes,
Derek's
Rod's
just
keeping
challenging
it. Victor is keeping his distance.
Derek's just challenging him. Who are you again?
Oh.
I own this land.
Soundboard comes out.
Sorry,
Soundboard
what?
just out of nowhere. The trees.
Literally doing a wrestling intro. It doesn't matter
Yep,
who the hell
Yep,
you are.
Derek just immediately interrupts him. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Because I don't know. And I don't care.
You will bow to the power of Barovia.
Derek bows for no man.
Trust me, he doesn't.
I'm going up.
Spider-Man.
Jeez.
Does he
One
seem
we've on me. One we've on me. Vlad. Dracula, basically, is what you're yelling.
Fight me!
Derek,
That's what Derek
1v1.
is. Yeah, 1v1 me. See how you... Hmm? You don't want,
does
you don't
he
want
seem
any
to
of this
be?
people's work.
Does he seem to be trying to come over and trying to stop us, or is it just floating there?
He is floating in the air above you, probably 100 feet above you and 200 feet across the ground. So he
Okay.
could be as far as 300 feet from you. but his voice has, you can tell, has been magically amplified, and you would therefore hear him even though he's quite a ways away from you. All right, now to
Who can
describe
play at that game?
a little more of what you are seeing here.
Before you screw up.
I'm
Behind
not liking
the
any of it.
large ruins of the henge at the top, you see a dead grove of trees that has a sickly green miasma emanating out of it. And inside the cairn itself, inside the circle of things where the druids are doing something, you see a towering form, probably 50 feet tall, of a woven wicker or willow or whatever creation, a construct made out of woven wood and daubed mud that is standing there just not moving. And the druids are chanting and waving their arms up and down, and you can hear in the distance the sound of their chanting coming from the hill.
Vlad casts Thaumaturgy on himself to make his voice boom out 3 times as loud, and says, "Come, Strahd, let us see how your servants compare against us."
And the voice returns, "I will gladly show you what my servants can do. Bring forth the dead." And the cairns around you begin to rumble and rattle. And
Oh, I didn't mean your servants, I meant your servants.
an arm begins to snake out of a couple of them close to you.
Oh, that's fine. Let's go. Let's just charge up the hill. Vlad is charging up the hill.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we have to wait
So-
for
Victor, I would recommend standing about 30 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Are these like a whole bunch of zombies that are just coming up out of the ground?
The ones on the outer ring look like they're some kind of undead. If you were to cast anything to do with that, you would recognize them as undead, and they don't look entirely alive. They have a visual feel to you. But they are some of the most well-constructed zombies, ghouls, whatever you have ever seen. They look reasonably lifelike. And the ones on the outer ring that are coming out of their cairns are, they look like wild men. They are dressed in fur kilts with leather bands across their chests, not unlike the way that Dirok is dressed. They are wielding large axes. Meanwhile, the cairns on the upper ring, the druids, similar to the ones that are singing, dancing, and what have you at the top of the hill, begin to emerge from those cairns at that point. Roll initiative.
I'm just
So-
trying to get placing real quick. This is where I pretty much ended up from where I had snuck off.
Oh, damn it. Didn't click my...
Very good.
Clank, 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 clank.
Oh, good. Victor's. Jesus.
Am I doing
I'm
it wrong? I thought I
Jesus?
had to click. Do I have to click
No, I
myself?
was,
No, that's me.
Yeah, you have to click yourself.
yeah.
He was an extremely powerful cleric. I'm getting it.
Oh wait, I don't even see the.
But
I don't
I'm a carpenter.
Yeah, it didn't show up.
It's easy to become a carpenter. It's not so easy to become a god.
Also, I can walk on water.
I was just looking at the fact that
Can
he has
you
like
though?
24.
Because if you
like-
do so, you melt.
I'm just looking at the fact that he just has like a 21, 24 initiative at this point. I'm like, the fuck?
He has +8 to initiative.
Yeah.
I
Your
only
dex
rolled
is
twice
in-
because I think I messed up the first one. I can't tell if I did it right actually. I keep messing it up for
I
some
don't
reason.
see the roll
What if
thing.
you're-
I don't
yeah,
have it up
the-
yet because I'm trying to get my rolls done.
Okay.
Oh, no
no.
problem. No problem. It was just when I was like, oh wait, where'd it go?
Yeah, and I didn't hear anything from her. Oh, I wonder.
So I'll just go with flow.
Done,
If I have to re-roll it again, I will.
But no,
You can- you
all
can
you'd have
actually
to
fix
do
it.
is just you
You
just
don't
roll
have to
again
change
with
it,
the
yeah.
initiative, and then you
Change
yeah,
it to
and then you
whatever the
can-
first one was. That's fine.
Yep.
Either way, you're still going pretty early.
Okay, now
Yeah,
let me
shuffle.
get this up and take a look at what we've got going here.
All I know is
Oh,
I'm dangerous.
hang on. I had garbage from previous. I hadn't cleared previous. I'm gonna have to clear this.
That's okay. We all remember what initiative scores were. We can adjust it.
Yeah, it's in the thing. Go ahead and roll again, and then put your initiative to whatever you rolled the first time, and I will re-roll mine.
Do I have to change it? I mean, it's practically the same.
Oh, you keep what if it's close enough. Go
Just
ahead.
upside down.
I mean, it's a 7 to an 8, so I mean, to me, it really didn't matter.
Well, for some reason, it's not letting me change.
Yeah,
you
I think
look
I'll
up the number?
change mine from the 2 to the 3 I got before.
It's slightly better.
Yeah, it's not letting me do
I'll
it.
correct it if you can.
Yeah.
It's because people kept getting added on. That's why I got it changed.
So these things that crawl out of the cairns, are they all undead, or is it only the outer ring are undead?
You're not entirely sure. You haven't cast anything to be thing, but they are all crawling out of basically graves. So I'll give you a hint.
I'm gonna very briefly interrupt. I'm having a screaming, crying baby problems on my end, which is no problem. Mama can take care of it. However, if I'm not talking a lot, it's because I'm trying to make sure you all don't hear constant screaming baby.
And we will
mean the
understand
wailing
if we
undead?
do. Yeah, there we go. That's the sound of the wailing undead behind us.
But what I
Excellent
mean
sound
is,
effects.
literally in the crib literally in a crib 3 feet from me, screaming at the top of her lungs. So
Aw.
You just,
I'm
instead of a
thinking, you know what?
crib,
She needed a
we'll
crib.
make it a crypt.
And I literally mean she was there for a minute. I wouldn't want you to think I was just leaving the baby there.
Yeah, no. It's,
Cool.
You're fine. We understand you're a dad.
it's all good. Babies do baby things.
Babies like to cry.
Babies do baby
I don't know
things.
where the hell the term crybaby came from, but yeah.
Yeah. Babies do baby things.
To add one here that got ruined. Add turn.
Cord, did you see what Ellison said to you because of the photo?
No.
Oh. I see it.
Take care of your beard, my son, Zangief says. I just happened to tab over and I was like, what?
Monarch, you are first up in this mess.
What?
Yeah, still.
I've got only 30 range on this.
Who could have
Decided
ever
square's about
guessed?
30, isn't it? A square's about 30, isn't it? Is what we said.
The squares will, although the squares for purposes of the actual map are 50 feet, for your movement purposes and in the interest of time, you can move one entire square's worth.
Alright. So I can move here. For example, that's fine, right?
Yes, as long as you move one square, and you in a dash, you can move 2 squares.
Am I in range with my 30 foot though for my blasty powers? I'm assuming not.
For in range, you can actually use the measuring. And it's 50 feet on the map per square for measuring for spells and the like. I'm just speeding up your movement is all I'm doing.
Yeah. I will. Is there anything I can do? I might just wait, to be honest. Make it come to me.
Very good.
Ready in action.
If you have any defensive things to use, go for it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Trying to think of how to think. There's going full defenses in this, isn't there?
Okay.
Is there such a thing? I can't recall. It's been a long time since I've really got into
You
this
can
heavily.
take a dodge action, which just means all attack rolls against you have disadvantage.
I'll do it. I'll take a dog action.
Okay.
I will step forward with my arms behind my back and then take a
Walking
dog.
encyclopedia strikes again.
Right.
I'll
Yeah,
lift
there's
up my
no
2 fingers.
there's nothing in 5e except the dodge and a readied action. That's the only 2 options that you have on that. Strahd
Okay.
pulls back quite a ways, and he begins to cast, and the clouds begin to swirl above you again. Dirok.
Dirok yells to the others, the undead are just a distraction. We need to get to the druids.
Excuse me, that was highly offensive.
Which part? The undead or the druids? Since you're both.
I was also curious about this.
Answer the question.
Moving on.
Seeing as
um,
I don't know. I think I want to go straight for the druids.
It's worth.
I don't.
Moving forward.
I mean, you've got a
You would
target-rich environment. You can do whatever you want.
Mm.
And it's
I'm more worried about those druid zombies, to be honest.
and considering the number
those
of
druids.
cairns there are here on this hill, you could get a target-richer environment.
There's a lot of Karens on here.
So basically, fight to the top is what I'm assuming we're going to try and do.
Yeah, that's what
run
I'm
to the
thinking
top.
we're trying to do. So yeah, I yelled that out, hoping that everyone will recognize that, hey, we should move forward, let everything follow us. I'm gonna move 1 square. Is this 1 square then?
Yes.
One squarish movement, yes.
All right,
You can dash.
I'll move. Well, yeah, I know I can dash, but I don't want to take a chance with Strahd here, so I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Vlad.
Oh,
okay.
hold on. Wait, no, yeah, I can't. Never mind. Go on ahead.
Vlad.
Clank, 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 clank. Vlad is dashing up the hill. He's next to Durok at
Okay.
this point.
Alex.
We need to get to the druids and stop whatever this winter splinter is.
Alex is going to shout over to Fancy Pants. As a general rule of thumb, I know you haven't been working with a military group before, but stay in formation. Keep up. And he's going to dash to the best of his abilities.
Keep up, scrub.
So in this case, Mr. Fancy Pants is Monarch, not Strahd.
Yes.
Okie doke.
Oh, yeah, no.
Strahd, keep up on your flying horse.
Strahd, get back in formation. We're gonna get out of here.
Strahd, roll a seduction.
Can I ride your
roll.
horse? Can I
Roll
ride your horse with
seduction.
you?
That's where, you have those stories online, and I magically roll 20, and he's just totally convinced and just rolls along with us. We recruit Strahd.
Strahd has joined the party.
The rest of it is just like that movie. What was it? The Dictator. Seth Rogen one in North Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the cairns further down the hill, you begin to see rumble, and you see some of the muscular arms starting to crawl forth from the rocks a little further away. It's quite a distance away. It's going to take them some time to get to you, but the 2 nearest you move in on you. And that one will swing at disadvantage on Monarch.
Are they like moving regular speed, or are they moving like zombie speed?
No, they're moving regular speed. They are moving.
High.
They're like a high. If I were to describe it, they're like a high level undead. They're not, more like a vampire spawn or something. They're a little bit higher quality than the typical kinds of things. This is some kind of probably resurrection spell or something that is being used on them rather than a true undead creation. Uh,
They could do this thing.
at disadvantage.
So it's like World War Z zombies.
At disadvantage, he rolled a 10, which is not enough to hit Monarch. So a huge axe plows into the ground right beside Monarch and divots a big section of the ground out, and maybe some splatters on his toes, but the axe does not hit him. The other one moves towards the group up the hill. Sylvia.
Refuses to come from cover, just there going, shh.
Sylvia.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Sylvia, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm here. Like it got quiet for a second, then all of a sudden it was like, and then giggles, and I'm like, what? Yeah. Checking my options. God damn, I have no range. I have very little to do against undead.
There's a normal, what appears to be a living druid in front of you.
Could just keep moving forward to the 3 are trying to reach.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what that stone looks like. Was I given a decent description of what that thing is?
I only gave a starting one. The stones themselves are 10 feet high. It is a wall that has been built out of the ruins.
No, I meant the thing that was taken.
The gem they used to make the wine.
Yeah.
The gem, he would have just said it was an enormous green gem, green crystal.
Would it be enough to be familiar to me?
No, this would not be in your background. Okay. You could guess if you gave me a lore roll based on other lores that you might have heard. You might have some kind of connection to something, is all I can say. But this is something specific to Barovia.
Okay, no, the spell description is describe or name an object that is familiar to me for locate object. And I was just like trying to make sure it's not something that was described in detail that I would be familiar with. Yeah,
no,
that's
just you can just guess that it's like a giant green emerald from the way he described it, but that's just about all you can do. And he held his hands about 8 inches apart, so the thing is pretty large.
Yeah, meanwhile, 5 feet below the surface, there's an 8-inch something that matches the description. Knowing my luck.
Lynn, there's also a question for you in the stream chat.
Yeah.
What's your musical instrument?
Just tell her about someone just type to her about the puppet.
Yeah, but what musical? We'll tell her about the puppet, but what is your musical instrument that your bard uses?
Oh jeez. I don't think I actually have one.
Well, you're going to have to think of one quick, aren't you? Yes, while she is thinking real quick, I will tell you about the Strahd puppet. While she was in... Just a moment, Lynn. You just think while I tell them. While they were in Vallaki, they went in a toy store that was named Blinsky's, which seems to be the only toy store in all of Barovia. And there was a hand puppet or marionette type of thing with a movable mouth on it that Sylvia immediately glommed onto. The puppet is a almost comical, what's the word? Caricature of Strahd, and she is carrying this puppet around. It has become her arcane focus.
Not quite yet, only because I haven't gotten back to the mage to get it.
The Baron's son in Vallaki is a wizard, and we left him with a puppet to enchant it to make it an arcane focus for Sylvia to be able to use.
Yep.
Now, have you decided on an instrument?
I'll just go simple. I'll just go with like a flute, because
You like those hand marca things? It's like
piper flute.
Yeah, flute. Just a pan flute. It's called a pan flute or shepherd's flute.
Just
like Pied Piper, just like the single silver.
Oh,
or
okay.
metal.
Single one, not the multiple. Okay.
Yeah, just keeping it stupidly simple.
Okay. So she plays the flute now. We have made a decision that it is a flute.
Yeah, because I
No
think
one
I
ever
think I
says
was I think I
hurdy-gurdy.
was originally going like storytelling bard, which means I was like, yeah, no instruments. That was
Instruments
like
can
the
just be oration now, can't they, or something? They can literally just be your voice.
yeah.
All right. Now, what is Sylvia going to do? Faced with a druid and just behind her, and a storm brewing again ahead of above her, and druids dancing at the top of the hill.
Can't get that far, very far that way. Can't really. I mean, so I take it that I have been spotted by the druid thing behind me because I was.
Because you are so
hidden for the most
close,
part.
yes. You
Yeah.
and
Okay.
once you started doing things, you're not as stealth.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna be a punk, and I'm just gonna minor illusion herself right next to the creature, so it can just attack that instead.
So you are next to the druid with an illusion.
No, yeah, just
You're duplicating
throwing out
yourself
minor
next
illusion.
to the druid.
Yeah, and then I'll not won't dash, but I'll start moving ahead to the next, moving forward, basically.
God, I just realized minor illusion can actually completely hide me because I'm so short. Stop putting an imaginary box over me.
I mean, she's
Metal Gear
only
Solid style.
she's only like 5'4" in terms of height, so she's small enough. So it's like just a slightly shorter version of her. At this
You're just stooping, basically.
Yeah, I'm crouching, doing like that one thing.
The druids begin to chant louder at the top of the hill, and one of the things that you notice is that this large creature construction they are like praying to, as Sylvia gets closer and can get a little better look over the wall, she realizes the thing has a woven wicker cape that is decorating the back of it, and the front of the face is clearly a vampire with fangs. This is probably an attempt to imitate the appearance of Strahd. And in the chest of the creature, of the construct,
One of the gems.
something begins to glow green.
Yep.
The druids around you, the druid behind you attacks the imitation Sylvia, and cairns around you begin to move, just like with the wild men, and some more druids stumble forth out of these cairns.
Yay. More enemies.
We are so dead at this.
Yeah, we
It will
need to
be
get rid of
fine.
those. We need to get rid of those druids. That's probably
The three that are casting the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get rid of them. I think that the rest of this undead is probably going to be at least depowered enough.
The question is it them who's really casting it, or is
No,
it
I
like
think
look at me, look at
Strahd
me,
is the one that's raising the
Yeah,
undead.
Strahd. Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
like these 3 living druids and this gem thing here is probably going to empower the possibly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm totally fine with us just bull rushing that guy.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I absolutely want to bull
okay,
rush
well, I mean,
the druids.
Yeah, we're bull rushing the druids, not Strahd.
Yeah,
we're
Strahd
good.
is like 300 feet in the air. Good luck with that shit.
I believe I can fly.
The druid that attacked
You're not cleric enough for that.
the druid that attacked the illusionary Sylvia critted and did a massive amount of damage, and suddenly realizes that she is attacking an illusion and turns instead and moves after Sylvia. So that illusion may be still there to others on the hill, but to that druid it is not. Meanwhile, the druid over here moves towards Alex, and it is Victor's turn.
And Victor
Bring up clear.
dashes, and I guess that's it.
We're back to Monarch.
Wording question for Stunning Strike. You can deal with the floor person chi when you hit a creature with a melee attack. You can attempt to spend 1 key to attempt a Stunning Strike. The target must succeed on a Constitution throw or be stunned. It says it says specifically melee weapon attack. Does that apply
For
to the
a
fist?
monk, fists are considered a melee weapon attack. There was a huge discussion on Reddit about this, but the eventual discussion came out that a monk alone is considered armed with his fist.
In that case, I will attempt to strike out at his midsection.
And that hits for 5 damage. Now, how are you doing the, you just trying to stun him?
Yeah, so basically the idea is I look him up and down, realize everyone's trying to do a fighting advance, so I really should get back up. So he'll look back at the group, look at him, and then just try and flick his fingers into the center of his torso to cause a contraction.
What does
of
he
the
have to
muscles.
roll against it?
It doesn't.
So it's an automatic if it hits?
When you hit an opponent with a creature, you can spend 1 key point to attempt a stunning strike. Must make a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn.
Your DC is 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, what is your DC?
There's no DC, it just has to pass a Constitution save.
Against what?
Okay, so what is your wisdom modifier?
It just must succeed a Constitution throw or be stunned. Just Constitution saving throw, it's all it says.
Yes, it
But
has
a
to have a DC.
Constitution
What is your
saving throw
wisdom
has to be
modifier?
against your DC.
That would be 13. I've got it written down in my bio.
And for some
I'll just assume those
reason,
generic checks in the system.
Said wisdom
My bad.
modifier plus what?
It's wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus plus 8.
you're going to get a.
13.
Okay, there we
I've
go.
already done it. I've already done
Jeez.
it. It passes the Constitution save 13.
It wouldn't, for some reason, Roll20 wouldn't react, and I kept clicking Constitution. So I have about 4 of them here. The first one rolled, however, was a 9, and you decided your DC was a what?
13.
Yeah, let me put that in your spell save slot here so I know for next time. There we go. Now it's in one of your balloons above your characters.
Generic checks to do for some reason. I know it's not how the system works. I'm just used to other systems that do.
Anyway, he failed and he is completely stunned. Let me put a symbol on him so we know that I'll just put a snail on him indicating he's not going anywhere.
I will then walk forward as my movement action to stroll over.
Okay.
Catch up with everyone and keep up
Just
with
a leisure stroll.
Yeah, and then I'll use my second attack just to point my finger at the other barbarian and give him 2 beams of pink energy.
All right, same one or the one here?
The other one.
Okay, all right.
Not the one I have stunned. He's trapped for a little bit, so.
How long does that last? Until he saves?
Oh, yeah, until at the end of my next turn. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I just realized. I'm not in range. Forget the attack, but yes, he is stunned till the end of my next round. But forget the attack. I'm not in range.
Okay.
What about the druid?
Sorry.
Druid? Out of your range?
They're
Oh,
yeah,
no,
they're
everyone's out of my range. I've only got range of 30.
They're just
Okay.
they're just a little bit out of his range. Strahd completes what he was casting, and the storm clouds swirl back to the front of the storm, to the front of the hill, and lightning again begins to strike down on the upper layer of the hill. On your turn, anyone who is on the top part of the hill, I will be asking for you to give me a D100 roll. I will let you know at that time what is going on, but let's see. Yes, we've got one there. But lightning begins to randomly strike down on the hill.
Would the druids at the top of this hill have to do that too?
No, the area of the ringed area around the statue is completely free of lightning strikes. And wherever
Okay.
the druids seem to move, it seems like the lightning remains slightly away from them.
Okay. Definitely trying to protect the druids, so we definitely need it.
All right, Dirok.
Because of the overwhelming numbers. Oh, so I want to see I can move here, then dash here. That a thing I can do?
You can move 2 squares at a dash. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
But I don't know if I have to go here. Where's my? Okay, here and then have to go over here because of road or whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna move here then.
Give me a D100 roll. If you roll under 10, it's a 10% chance of being struck by lightning. Give me a D100 roll. You were not struck by lightning. It hit elsewhere.
Yeah.
Vlad.
I don't say blah 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 blah. Vlad is going to continue. Let me check the range on this. I'm still definitely out of range. I just want to see how close I need to be in order to finally do it. It's 120 feet. Okay. Vlad is going to continue on charging up the hill. He's saying next to Durok, your roll is incoming. Nope.
Very good. And Alexander.
I think we have a kind of general consensus about what should be going on next.
Charge!
Give me a D100.
Oh, there is.
The lightning just is hitting all around you, but it's not striking on you. 2 more berserkers.
Very careful to keep the pole or the pole of his pole arm low to the ground when he's running. He does not want to catch a lightning bolt.
Sensible man.
2
We're
more.
basically walking lightning rods right now.
Yeah, 2 more cairns rumble out from the, and some of the wild men or berserkers or whatever rumble out of them, and the berserkers that are out begin to move. One of them that was, let's see, yeah, you didn't hit him. He moves up on Victor and swings his great axe at Victor. 13 does not hit. And these guys begin to rumble up the hill with they dragging their axes with fire in their eyes, kind of looking for battle. They are out for blood as they move up the hill. Let's see. Yeah, that's all of them that are out. Sylvia.
Going to keep running up, but swing past Duroc and hit him with heroism. And keep running forward.
Okay,
So,
Dirok, you can see what your extra bonus is there. Let me mark you as having some extra strength here.
So yeah, you'll have an additional 4 because of my spellcasting modifier.
40 HP every round.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like that. You're literally just the hype guy, basically. There, you're great. And that's it.
Do work. Do
So
It's kind of like she runs by and goes, "Don't die!" Slap and gets going.
Slaps his ass as she passes.
Victor.
so and it's. I'll ask.
Victor is going to use his vampire shape changer ability to change into a bat to make himself a smaller and more inconspicuous target, and
I've-
then is going to continue dashing.
I forgot to move the
provoking,
druids,
attack
by
of
the way.
opportunity.
I'm moving them
That's
because
okay.
I forgot to move them on their turn. They're just moving, except the ones at the top.
You can leave them where they are. I'll be okay with it. Nothing? Okay.
I'm ignoring you.
Hi, guys. I'm still here.
And we've got one that needs to crawl out of bed here. Let's see. This one needs to crawl out of bed. Okay. And Victor, you you would have taken an attack of opportunity moving away from
Yep.
that. Okay, let me give his attack. 13 again. He seems to be his lucky number. Okay, Monarch, it is your turn, and at the end of this turn, our friend back there who's standing going, he's going to come out of it.
I'm going to dash to here then.
I like George. George is my friend. Okie doke. And Strahd moves further back. He is also gaining in altitude, moving away from you. Dirok.
Oh, since I moved, I just realized since I moved, do I have to roll for the lightning?
I was waiting for your turn. Yes, you did pass your turn without rolling. Did you? You're not actually in the inner area. Oh no, that's. I'm going to take your illusion off now since nobody's involved with
sorry.
it.
That's all good.
Distract the GM with illusion.
Yes, yes. Where you are, you have to
Okay.
roll a d100. So give me a roll.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I just realized I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I was looking at your illusion. I was fooled by your illusion. I thought it was real.
Alright, so just 100.
D100. One D100.
Watch me be the one that gets hit. Oh, thank God, no.
Vlad.
Alright.
Sorry, has Dirok had his turn?
No, not yet. I was
Yeah,
waiting for the
go
roll,
ahead.
'cause-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Double dash again. Going here, then here. Oh yeah, that's the.
Give me a D100.
I'll do my roll. Yep. Oh, that's not a D100. That's a D100. There we go. Can't touch this orc. The most electrifying orc in all of Barovia.
Probably guaranteed, because you're probably the only orc in Barovia. Vlad.
I mean, he's a halfer.
No, but
Hey.
first one of his kind here at this point in time. At least
That
all
is
that you've
my
seen.
word. That is my word. You
I did
can't
not
say
roll under 10.
This is true. You did not roll under 10.
Got close, though. Talk about that shave.
Yeah,
The
the
lightning
lightning.
strikes down about a foot away from Vlad as he throws his shield up over his head to keep cover.
Right,
As
and some
he's
You
frantically
become a big
pebbles
sprinting up the hill.
rain down
that's
on the
what's gonna
shield.
help.
Pebbles rain down on the shield as you run. Alexander.
It's like a James Bay movie.
God.
Michael Bay, rather.
Michael Bay, yeah.
James Bay. What the fuck?
Lesser known director.
Does all his own musical compositions though.
Alexander, you dashing?
Yes. You're lucky. You guys keep catching moments where it's not baby screaming time.
And give me a D100. I'm waiting to see who the first unlucky one is. Probably Victor, since he's bringing up the rear, or maybe Monarch.
Is this going to be the same damage as a lightning bolt?
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
God.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh, God.
Yes.
That's gonna hurt a lot.
Oh, my soul.
That's why I'm kind of holding off my rage.
At
I'm
least it's not.
hoping-
At least it's not raining fireballs.
Ah, I think I would have preferred the fire.
No, every single fireball would get one of us.
Mm.
They do this. Okay, so fireball and lightning bolt do this both 8d6 damage. Only difference is that lightning bolt is in a line and has a greater range, whereas fireball is an AOE.
That could actually kill me in one shot.
Yeah. If it rolls max damage, you could kill any of us.
Yeah.
One of them
Not
came up
kill.
behind Victor and missed him. The others are dashing up the hill
Isn't
as
Victor in the air?
is Victor in the air?
Yeah, he's bat, so he's flying slightly.
Oh,
above
okay.
the
I missed the
ground.
bat part. All right. Well, he missed you anyway, so one way or another, that's why he missed you. He swung and you took flight. Um, the various ones around the
Right.
cairns are running up the hill at a dead run, basically. 1, 2, and then, as usual, a couple more cairns begin to rumble. You notice the circle is beginning to close at this point in time, and there's ones all the way around, so you're beginning to suspect that probably what's going to be affected by the spell in the area is starting to have been affected. Sylvia, you are up.
Really? My turn again? Okay.
Crazy how that happens.
I know. Gonna glance over his shoulder and just try to shoo the druid thing away and be like, shoo.
Shooing is a free action.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like it's shooting, and then I was I'm gonna keep running forward to keep up with the group, but I guess run by and kind of tag Vlad and go, hey, good knowing you, buddy. You've been an inspiration, and talk and give you the bardic inspiration on that one.
Yes, I have. Roar!
Just slapping all the butts on the back lines.
Slapping all the butts.
Bongos, bongos.
Yep, pretty much.
So I got your D8 inspiration.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I think I will do. That's all I can do. Okay. Probably should have vicious mockery on the way up, but eh.
I actually have a thing that they're too engrossed in their magic that they're not paying attention to us.
That dude wants my ass so hard.
I'm about to give them a real bad day.
Oh, that's the other thing after probably saying it's like you're my inspiration. It's like, and that thing wants my butt.
It's all about butts today. That's the name of the stream right there. That's the episode.
Butts and butts.
I imagine Sylvia just running past and this thing chasing her with arms, with claws outstretched, going.
Strahd is up in the sky, mopping his brow with a handkerchief.
The druids all move except the ones at the top of the hill. One of them that is crawling out of the cairn starts to move in the direction of that dead copse of trees in the background, and the others move around heading up the hill towards the top. The one behind Sylvia ran up behind her, but she had to dash to do it, so she has no action. Victor?
Damn it, I forgot the D100.
Yes,
where
do it
is
again.
like the edge of the area where I have to start rolling against the lightning?
Fuck no!
No.
That
I got hit.
That fence-looking thing that's right there is the edge of where it is, and I need to give a lightning roll on this.
I knew it. I knew I was gonna be the first one.
Well, luckily, it's only a 10% chance for it to hit. I believe that's what I heard.
Yeah, but she got hit. She rolled a 2.
I got hit.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got through all this, then I get hit. It's like, great.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Oh god.
Well, someone grab that silver.
Oh, that's stronger than a regular lightning bolt.
Oh, I'm out. That was all of it. I am down. And it means Duroc lost the heroism.
You're fine.
I only had the one turn. Yeah, I should.
Yeah, you would have lost the heroism.
I'm close enough to full health. I'm not worried about losing it.
Yeah. All right. Was nice knowing you
Monarch.
guys. I'm just gonna let you hear.
Monarch's turn. You've got the minefield to cross.
You skipped me.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I
was in the middle of saying what I was going to do.
yeah, go ahead, Victor. Sorry about that.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast Call Lightning, which gives me control of the storm and raises the damage by D10. And I'm going to strike the middle one of the druids with 5d10.
Are you in range?
Can you reach him that distance?
Let's see. Call Lightning. Let's see. It's 120 feet and then a 60 foot
No, you're not in range. You're not in range.
Okay. Shit.
You can hit the ones around you.
Like I said, this is a big map.
Hit Strahd.
Well, Strahd, I think, is out of my range too, because I can, I can't reach over there. Damn it, because that'd be pretty great. Okay, well, I am gonna hope for the best and go ahead and make my way into the storm.
You're going to take another attack.
That's fine.
And this time he rolls a 13. Jeez, the dice are stuck. I need a new pair of dice. All right.
It was Friday the 13th this month.
Yeah, right.
Surprisingly, in my campaign, the players rolled better than they ever have on Friday the 13th. It was amazing.
Every dog
They
has his
steamrolled
day.
everything.
Give me a D100 roll, Victor.
Roll of one.
What was that?
Give me a D1.
Tremendous roll of one last section.
Jason.
Dude.
Victor, give me a D100 roll.
All right.
Don't get up.
Was that a D100?
Yeah.
Yep, it sure was. Okay.
May your hits be lower than mine.
I thought you had control over the storm.
No, I didn't because I'm not in range.
25 damage.
Oof.
Did you go down?
No.
Okay, so you'll start regenerating, so that's good at least.
Yeah.
Are you still in bat form? What does that do to your bat form?
Yeah. So I'm using the
shit.
vampire. I'm using the vampire shape changing, which the bat form actually does not change your stats at all.
That's right. In the vampire
really
use of
only
it.
changes
You're
your
not
movement.
using a druid ability, you're using a vampire ability, and yes, you're exactly the same in the bat form.
Exactly.
Okay, Monarch, now it's up to you. You've got the minefield or something to attack. Lots of things to attack. You're starting to be surrounded.
You guys are taking some heavy. You guys are getting a lot of beatdowns in there, and I'm thinking if I
no
let
one
these guys pass me, you're gonna have a lot to contend with. So, I'm tempted to stand my ground, guys. Any counter argument?
I'm dead, so I don't care anymore.
I have a counter argument.
Like,
Here's my counter argument. Yeah, those guys are kind of good, but we need these druids to die before whatever they're doing, and I think they're trying to make that vampire
They're
rock
trying to make this
stone thing.
statue come to life.
Yeah, that's going to be a bigger threat than any of these undead things. That's the argument.
As a secondary comment, the group as a whole has come together and suggested some. Oh, okay, the majority of the party has come together to one specific idea, and we're all engaging on that idea. Doing something different, either we have to convince us all to try and do that other thing, or we're going to be splitting the party and have half of our
Plus, here's the thing. If
I was just offering a chance for you guys to get a bit further in because you got wounded and all that stuff. It's just a suggestion, but I can just disengage and just just run into the
Well,
bomb.
it's not against the
Actually-
group action to keep the others from joining their cohorts.
Yeah,
It's if
but that's also
You-
3 targets we don't have to worry about chasing them as well.
if we can get inside this stone barrier right here, they'll have to come in through the gate, one of which Jason's character is very good at defending.
I
So
can
Right.
keep things stopped at the gate for a good while.
So yeah, there is that as well.
In that case, I might as well go into the minefield and join in and just watch Victor's back, basically. I think
Battlefield
so, kinda
sounds erupt behind you. You know, bombs going off.
Can I make an argument?
Hey.
He is a halfling. He is a smaller target for this lightning storm. I say he should have advantage.
Okay, he has to roll below 9.
There, perfect.
that's better, slightly better.
Give me a D100. Yep, you're okay. Strahd pulls back directly over the
You
hill.
get an opportunity attack in, I think.
Pardon?
Didn't I just disengage? Didn't I just disengage from
Yes.
that druid in front of me?
Yes. Yeah, I assumed you were using the disengage action.
Didn't use it or mention it.
Yeah,
Oh,
being a
I
monk,
thought you still rolled
I
against you if you disengaged.
no. Disengage frees you from an attack of opportunity.
I guess I used the disengage action then ran.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
You can use disengage as a bonus action if you spend a key point.
So I can just declare my action a disengage action, can't I?
Yes.
You can do
Yeah,
that.
cool. I'll do that then.
Dirok.
Derek's concerned now for Sylvia going down like that.
She'll be fine.
No, she won't. That druid. I don't think that druid's gonna just peel off and go after us. I think that druid's gonna go after her.
No, she's
She'll be
down.
fine.
Probably the druid's going to go after things that are still running for the hill. I would say. I would
Yeah,
think
but
that.
you're the GM. I can't trust you.
Yeah. What, you think the Mistress
Grandma
of Fate
Perkins
might
over
get
here.
tricky?
Yeah.
Granny Perkins over here.
But yeah, Derek's gonna keep charging along. I'm assuming. Oh, something happened. Hold on. Edit token. No, I don't want to edit. I'm assuming me being inside here, I am now safe from the lightning. I'm dashing, by the way.
You have to give me one last roll. The ground that you covered.
All right. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, no. 100. Yes.
Yes, you have safely made it inside the circle where there is no lightning striking. Vlad.
I don't yell anything. I think these things are distracted right now.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. You know why? Because
Daylight.
no, you are within 120 feet of me. I cast silence on Dirok's axe.
Ooh, interesting.
Their chanting takes no effect because there is no sound within it.
How
Just run up to them and swing
20,
away.
yeah,
hold on. So pass within a 20-foot radius. So I should technically go straight for the center one, and
Yup.
I should be within range of all of them.
Yeah, you dash to get in there, right?
I dash to get in here, but I can't move any further because
Right.
it's not my turn.
Okay,
But
and
I
Vlad.
can move.
Yeah, on the next turn you can move.
Vlad is going to grab Sylvia and start dragging her along behind him, saying,
Then you
"Wake up, girl!"
then you
and
can only
cast
move.
Healing Word.
Okay, that's fine, but you can only move your regular movement. You can't dash.
That's fine.
So you will still be outside of the thing. Give me a D100.
She also regains 9 hit points.
better than 0. So I avoid having to do any death saving rolls. Yay!
That was my entire purpose of that. Yep.
Well, I have
Alexander.
death saving. Okay, it won't
Alright,
change off to 0 for some reason.
I
I guess.
can't quite get to the gate. Can I from here? I would be the edge of. That
You'd be
side.
right at the gate. I would count you as being in the circle at the gate, but you still have to give me a D100 roll for the ground traversed.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. And Sylvia's up again. So I have no doubt that Vlad can sneak past me. I assume this is a gate with at least about 10.
Yeah,
feet
it's a good 10 feet opening. Yes. Your tokens are much larger than the actual terrain.
open. I'm aware. All right. That seems to be the most efficient route. I'm gonna make myself actually over to here, and I can finally start taking actions that involve my character sheet. Now that I've nicely lost it.
Okay, and you dash. Give me a D100 roll, your last one.
I'm actually taking an action, and then I'm gonna roll a D100. I'm just gonna set up Tunnel Fighter.
Okay.
Unless I picked the wrong one of my 99% sure that's it. Roll D100. One. That's a nice even or round number.
And the
Actually, that's a very
berserkers
tiny number.
dash. Yeah. They're a little bit out of range of Monarch.
I just saw this image. There's a vampire bat, which I'm not questioned so far, flying in front of me, and I assume I'm just kicking people's shins
Oh
as
no,
I run
yeah,
along.
you just saw one of our party turn into a bat. But he
Oh, I'm a
Druid,
totally
no
new.
offense.
I'm a totally normal druid bat. Nothing to worry about here.
Right,
I
yeah,
can't tell the
absolutely.
difference, So
Let's see. Nobody's in range of the berserkers, so it is Sylvia's turn.
Okay, now that I'm up again.
see, that's what I use my healer.
Yeah. The first time you've ever used it.
On you? No, it's not.
I'm kidding.
Maybe on you, but not
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
no, definitely.
gotta. Oh, you have to
Okay.
give the healer smack. It's tradition.
Oh, let's see. What can I do? What can I do? All right. So yeah, I'll stand up because I'm being dragged behind the person. So that's, I guess, that halves my action, or it just eliminates
Yes,
my
you would
action?
be able to run, but you would still have to give me a D100.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting to that. I'm just trying to see something real quick. 50?
Also,
No, damn. All right.
Riz, I got a proposal for you. Start
Marry
your
me.
turn after mine. I'll grab you, carry you, and then you can move on your turn.
Go for it. Being
I was
carried
just
by
trying
the
to test
halfling. I don't normally get a chance for that.
Yeah, just grab the bat.
He tried to like fly with the bat.
If the bat is really large, suddenly there's a flying halfling going across.
I mean, I
Slow down
still
before
want the
your new
halfling
god.
seated on a mastiff.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll move up. I don't know if there's enough room to squeeze in there. I
Yes, you
guess.
can. The opening
Yeah.
is much larger than it's. That opening's probably 20
Then
feet
it looks,
wide. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just do my roll real quick.
Great.
Make sure I don't go down again. Okay, I lived.
Okay.
I lived.
You that because another hit would have been pretty deadly.
Yeah.
Considering that I was just holding on to you, yes, it would have hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I would have gotten hit too. And okay, you know what? Halflings are size small, mastiffs are size medium. You can ride on a dog into battle.
Oh, there's a mounted combat class, and that has been banned at my GM sessions. Not
Dang.
me as a player there, that is.
I can do
The
this, but I only
Chevalier,
hit
or
one of
whatever it
them.
is.
Yeah. I am going to. Well, since I'm out of that way, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just going to reciprocate how much I really loved being struck by lightning, and I'm just gonna thunder wave the druids in front of me.
You can't.
Well, no, because it's
Derek's
would it be,
silent.
would it be,
Can't.
okay, so yeah, that would be under that. Damn. All right, so I do not. I'll just get the silver sword ready and do nothing, because
Start stabbing people.
Yeah,
Why
throw a
can't
rock.
you
Get some
thunder wave?
opportunity.
because
I'm
his aura
silenced.
radius is 20 feet.
No,
Everything
yes,
within
but
that silence
but
radius
Yeah,
if you
Durok's axe.
negates thunder damage.
no, you
It's a
can
magic axe.
but you can turn it sideways so that it only hits the druids. Is what I'm saying.
It's a
Yeah, but
radius. You can't turn a
his
radius.
his radius. I'm standing in the radius. I can't do anything.
Oh, I
If
thought
it's
I
20
thought
feet,
Thunder
mine's
Wave was a
15.
cube.
It is, but
Okay, so
because I'm next to
hold on.
Durok, it's
No.
This is
Scroll
what's
up
going.
to-
This is what's going on. This is what's going on. I cast silence on Durok's axe. Durok's when you're in an area of
Oh,
silence.
silence because she
creature
can't do it
can't
because of that.
can't cast
Is that
can't cast
somatic?
spells with verbal components.
Is Thunder Wave a verbal spell or a somatic?
both.
So you
Okay,
can't cast it.
you can't cast
Yeah.
it
You
then.
can still cast spells that don't have verbal component.
Which
For instance,
pretty much.
if Thunderwave didn't have that verbal, you could still cast it just
Right,
outside
right, we
the
got it.
sphere of
Yeah,
silence, because anything inside of the sphere
we got it,
doesn't
Mike.
take thunder damage.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. The only thing I could probably do is maybe shatter, but would rather not just use it on one creature
It would.
because
Technically not thunder.
it's vocal somatic, and then it for mine it's checked off with V, S, and M for all of them. So I'm assuming I can get away with casting that because I'm using one of the ways to cast it.
No, it requires all of them.
Really? That's weird.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because it makes a sound. That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Don't worry, Durok's gonna be moving out of the way pretty soon. Gonna try to get as
Yeah,
close to the
I was
center.
actually trying to set it up where I could knock one druid towards another one, and that way you could just stand on top of the two of them and get them really close together. Because your area is really tiny.
Really, if you just grapple them and shove their face into the axe, they can't do much.
Hold on, do I still have? I don't have a lot of movement, and I can't get any closer than I am now. At this point. Do I have to use the good berries out of combat, or can I use it in
It
combat?
takes an action to use it in combat.
Uh,
Besides, I'm the one who's holding the good berries right now.
well, no, I thought you passed them out.
As not today, because I just
Yeah,
cast it while we were down in that cellar.
Oh, okay. I thought
So
you
I
had
hadn't had
already
a chance
passed them
to
out.
hand it out
Alright,
yet.
I thought you already passed them out. Never mind.
I suppose I
Alright,
could have
moving on.
passed them out while we were walking through the forest, but I didn't specify that, so that's up to our GM.
No, you didn't specify it. Although you did specify that you were handing them to Durok, but other than that, you didn't specify handing it out to anyone else.
I'd suggest stabbing druids close enough.
I don't think I'm within reach.
You can
Okay.
go one whole square.
I've already made my movement, so my movement was getting to there.
Do we have to be in the same square as a creature to attack it?
You have to be, yeah, you have to be, your
Oh,
enlarged tokens have to be touching each other to be in range.
okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, because your 20 radius is not hitting it at all. Not yet, anyways.
The druids have stopped chanting because they can't, but the glow in the statue continues to grow, and druids begin to run up the hill. You notice that the glow of the from the copse of dead trees is starting to look the same color as the glow that is growing inside this construct.
Well, that can't be good.
Let's
You're already pretty evil. Did you have to try and become even more evil? I mean, really? Now it's a successor. Giant mecha wooden
Now you're just showing off.
lad. Yeah. Is that what they say? It's gonna be wooden robot Strahd.
Yeah, pretty much.
A druid runs
it.
up beside Monarch and swings at him for 16, which is a hit for 4 bludgeoning damage with her staff.
Oh. I got up to 29. That's fine. This is
The-
still valid, by the way. Disengage action, grab you. Let's do this. Rugby scrum. Rugby scrum.
The druids inside the circle, although they are quiet, they continue to move their arms, apparently maintaining whatever they're going. Be aware, I'm going to go for the purpose of the audience. I'm going to go about 10 minutes or 15 minutes over our usual stop time, which is now, because of the shortened time that we had at the beginning because of the crash. So we're going a little bit long tonight. And
it's not getting bigger, but they are maintaining what they've already done.
the glow is slowly growing and spreading, but they are not chanting. They are apparently just keeping the whatever is happening there from going away.
So did it look like I at least slowed them down with that silence?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Victor, you moved. Give me a D100.
Fly closer.
Oh yeah, you're fine. You're not even. It's not like you're tied up by them, is it?
Phew!
Oh, you just missed. Just missed. You son of a bitch.
A few hairs on the back of your.
Bat is even smaller than a halfling.
A few hairs on the very tip of your tail smell like something's burning. Do I smell something burning?
I do a barrel roll.
Yeah. If it singed you even a little bit, it might be more like a snap roll. Ouch! Okay, Monarch.
Moving on.
Disengage action.
Okay,
And can I move? Can you dash out of a disengage?
you as a
Disengage is a
monk,
move.
you can use a key to make it a bonus.
Nah, I'll just go here then.
Are
I'll save a
these
key, and I'm gonna
zombie
shoot.
things also getting struck out with the lightning? Or
No.
is it purposely avoiding them?
No, it's purposely avoiding them. We asked that earlier.
Am I in
Okay.
range of the
Strapped-
druid to my right?
Yes, it depends on what range you have to have. You're not in melee range.
No, radiant sunbolt. I'm gonna give him a blast as I'm running along.
Burn it!
Ouch! So both of them are on that same one, or on one and one on the other.
Same one.
So
Same, the druid.
both of them hit, and that's a total of 13 damage.
And I will roll my 100.
This burns on fire. What?
This bush is on fire.
Pretty much. I was about to say something else though.
Strahd pulls away up into the clouds. You notice that some of the lightning, as he does on the outer edge, begins to dissipate. And only the lightning in the center now is actually firing, or nearest the center is firing. He's apparently getting a little bit out of range to maintain what is happening on the outer edges. And with that, it is Dirok's turn.
So I guess I would not be able to talk either, right?
Nope.
No.
You
Yeah,
you
can't
can talk,
communicate
you just
vocally.
can't hear it.
All right, I realize that's happening after I tried opening my mouth. I look over to Sylvia trying to get her attention, and I point to the gem, trying to get her to look at the gem. I can't say what I want to say because of silence, but look at the gem. Then
So I'm kind of just like shrugging my shoulders, like, I see it. Now what?
yeah, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And I
Do a
walk.
little mime.
Oh yeah. I go with this.
Wait, I'm not actually watching this video.
Oh.
I'm pulling it
Yeah,
out of
I'm
the thing.
pantomiming, grabbing the gem, and pull it.
She kind of just goes. She kind of like looks at him, looks at herself, and
The
then kind of like
gem,
height difference.
yeah, the gem is approximately 40 feet above your head. It's near the top of the chest in this 50-foot statue.
So yeah, go start climbing. But yeah, we need to stop
Yeah.
these druids and get that gem away before that thing comes alive, because I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, Derek comes around, and although you guys can't hear it, he would be going into a rage and says, "Do you smell what Derek is cooking?" And then he's gonna swing with his battle axe enraged. As soon as I get the character sheet.
Alex is gonna cringe just thinking about what he's saying.
Alex cast cringe.
Oh, it works though.
It really does.
And you're an orc, so you get to roll another one.
But it's already in there, my 2d8 instead of my 1d8.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I do get my second attack if it's still not if it's still alive.
Just a second, I've got to do something here. Look,
Yep.
I'm doing something. Which Roll20 is moving really slow for me, and I'll be willing to bet you I've got Super Fetch running again. Okay, let me pull this one out then. I've got to click away for a moment, just a moment.
Yep,
It's
not a
not
problem.
set up the way I needed. Okay, there I've got what I need set up. Now let me back up so that I can catch up while my focus was on a billion other things. You hit a crit with your battle axe,
Yep.
and what else are you doing?
Is she still alive?
You did 15 damage to the one nearest you.
Yep.
Yes, she is still alive.
Going again. Oh no.
You didn't recklessly attack.
Yeah, it only works for the first attack anyway.
No, it works for all
Oh
of
wait,
them.
yeah, it works for all of them. I have to declare it on my.
It's you have to declare it before your first attack,
Yeah.
but every attack after that gets advantage.
And you have actually you hit because her attention is so focused on the statue that you have advantage. So you hit for another 8 damage. Yes, she is still.
She's still alive. Okay.
And it is Vlad's turn.
Vlad is going to finally get inside the circle, dodging more lightning. And then, well, I'm maintaining concentration on silence, so let's summon the fan blade. As he's running, a blade poofs out of his chest and starts spinning around the circle. Let's have it go for this one.
Is that gonna get interrupted by your silence though?
No, it doesn't maintain. It doesn't need concentration.
Oh no, I meant like being able to cast it because you have to get.
Oh no, I can cast it before I get into the circle.
Yeah, and then he just has to maintain concentration. Has nothing to do with it after that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you.
And then I'll just go up and whack her in the face.
So basically, you've got a fan of knives swirling around you as your spiritual weapon.
It's close enough, sure.
Okay. And what was? Okay, so you're whacking her with the.
12 or 13, yeah.
What are you whacking her with?
Yes, my mace.
Okay.
I run up to her and whack her with the mace.
Okay.
I pat Alex on the shoulder, say, "You're doing a good." As I enter the radius of silence.
And you do hit her for another 13 damage. Do I get that or just 6?
The damage is 6. Total, it's 13 from my spiritual weapon and my mace.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Numbers,
She
numbers everywhere.
she is waving her arms frantically, but she is. You can tell she's mortally wounded, and she's starting to look around desperately, like she's looking for the others. But she's in really
Vlad
bad shape.
says there is no help for you here, but nothing comes out because of the silence.
Alexander. And we're about to call it here. I'm waiting to see what happens to Monarch outside the circle and Victor.
Okay, so Alex is going to trust that his crew can take care of the druids inside of here. He's a little worried about what's going on outside of this place. I don't really know how to work this rules as written. Alex wants to, because he wants to set down his pole arm, up against one of the rocks he's up against, and pull out his crossbow and fire at something around there. Assuming that later on he can see these things coming, can he, drop his crossbow and pick the other one up without busting a standard action to do so?
For something that is leaned up and you don't have to bend over, I will say yes, because it would be akin to drawing a weapon. As long as if you have another weapon in your hand and you simply drop it, you can then draw another weapon.
Okay, so Alex is going to set his polearm aside, pull out his light crossbow, and fire at disadvantage at this little fucker over here.
Okay, go right ahead.
That's not my light crossbow button. There it is.
That's a hit for 6 damage.
I have a second attack, which I might as well use. Hey!
First, same as the
Whoa,
last.
okay, another 7 damage.
Yeah, so
And she's
Alex is
looking
going to hold the
looking
defensive
pretty
position.
injured. You suspect that she's probably not, if she gets any more hits, she's probably not going to make it up to the hill. But yeah, you've done some severe damage to her.
Both kneecaps.
Right. Took an arrow in the knee, I know.
Monarch
I
yells
see.
out, "That's my job!"
And somebody stole your sweet roll.
Ah.
All right.
Will never be free.
By the way, you get higher incarceration time in ESO if somebody steals your sweet roll. Anyway, the berserkers start running up again behind Monarch, but they have, let's see, yeah, that's pretty much a dash action to get there. Same with him. He's got to move more than the 30. So this guy's going to move up to about there. What have we got down here? He's moving to there. He's moving to there. And he's moving to there. I think we've got them all. Nope, one more. This guy needs to move. Okay, Sylvia. Sylvia? Well,
My roommate came in to ask me a question. Quick question though. The statue with the gem in it. What is it made out of, and what does it look like?
call
It's
it
made out of wicker. or something
mud
like that.
wattle. If you know what wattle is, it is woven branches and vines with mud daubed in between it.
How flammable is it?
It's made out of dead wood.
You're not really sure at this point. By the way, from behind you, you see 2 enormous ravens, like human-sized ravens, flying at full tilt towards you.
The eagle is upcoming.
Towards me in specific, or?
Flying at the hill.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to about here, which is just regular movement, and that would keep me out of the zone of silence, right? From
As
there,
Are you more
or?
than
It's
20
only
foot
20.
away?
Yeah, it's only 20 feet, and she was out at 20 feet, even standing right where she was. She's farther away now.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get closer to this thing.
Yeah, she's 70.
Yeah. Which would be better to do this with? Okay. Shoot, can't do that one. That one would probably fuck up what's in the chest, maybe. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to
Thunderwave the whole statue?
Yeah, but I'm actually debating whether or not I want to be there or if I want to try and eke my way so that if it falls, it hits the druids if it falls over.
Just
I
thunder
will
the
tell
opposite way.
you that you notice as you're standing there that the feet of the statue have roots that are rooted into the ground. There's a fair chance that has been intentionally done this way so it won't topple.
Okay, can I get closer and just using the silver sword to start hacking away at the roots?
Sure.
If that's possible, yeah, then that's what I will do. I will just start cutting away at the roots. I'm gonna weaken this thing so it does go over. It's the only thing I think it can actually do. So be that one.
That's a hit.
For 5 damage. For I guess the first root I'm attacking.
Very good.
Sword.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have my torch handy because I would just start setting the thing on fire. Just be like, poke.
Yeah. We wicker man.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's a burning man. Let's go.
Let's do this. Woo.
Everyone
Bottom.
rave party.
Bard
The
of the rave.
druids that are out of the circle seem to be running right on by. They don't waver to try and attack people. They are moving straight for the hill, with the exception of the one that seems to be moving into the copse of trees. The others are moving directly for the various entrances. And one of them has managed to dash into the center. There is now an additional one coming into the circle, which immediately upon seeing the others begins to chant. The two on the farthest end are out of range of the silence, and they begin to chant, and you notice that the circle, the glowing circle, grows again.
I'm gonna cut faster. Like I see this and I'm just like double timing the cutting.
This cartoon style, just soaring quickly.
Pretty much.
I'd say it's probably quicker to climb and get it out that way.
I'm telling you, you need to pull
Victor?
out
This we'll make one last round here. I'm going to give Victor and Monarch the benefit of the doubt for the purpose of the end, and say both of you make the ring this round. So both of you will need to give me one more D100 roll. Victor, go ahead.
Well, actually, I'm going to take control of the storm this round.
Okay.
Since I should now be in range.
Yes.
And I'm going to use it to strike the druid in the middle.
All right. In the center of the cairn of stone, or the henge of stones. Okay, so this one here. And
so this is
that's
my
a
storm now.
Dexterity save.
And are you already accounting for your regeneration?
No, I'm doing it now.
And that they rolled a 7. She rolled a 17, so that she managed to save. No, let's see.
Half damage.
She's. I'm going to say she has disadvantage. Again, they are not paying attention, and in order to have a dodge action, you have to be aware that you need to dodge. She is not aware that she needs to dodge, so that is a hit. So we'll roll the damage.
Add the two together, it's 14.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. And Victor is in the ring, and it is Monarch's turn. And you will be able to disengage and move into the ring.
I'm gonna stay here. and help defend whatever this mess is about to get down now here.
Let's see.
We might need someone in the south.
And let's see, you don't have to do a D100 roll
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm here and I'm in the ring.
Or does he?
God.
Hmm?
Okay, because he's outside that circle, and I'm assuming the stones are taller than him, he probably won't realize it. And not knowing who can hear her, who can't, Sylvia's just gonna start yelling out, "We have incoming from the other side!"
Yeah, you're not affected by silence, so.
Yeah, I'm not affected by silence, but I'm not sure who else is, so I'm just gonna start yelling it, hoping that somebody else will hear it.
With the only two
You
people
didn't have to
affected by it
roll
right now.
run below because Riz has the druid has control of the lightning, so it's no longer a danger to you guys.
Yeah, I'll probably just run straight through to the other side then next week.
The only two people affected by the silence are myself and Dirok.
Yeah, but like I said, it wasn't
the
sure.
druid,
She's
that's
not sure who is being affected by it. So it's her reaction is start letting anybody know that we've got incoming coming from the other side.
Okay, we're counting down on the turns here for our ending for the evening. Dirok, what are you going to do?
Battle axe again. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Chappy!
Oh no.
Advantage. And that.
Oh right.
Oh yes.
That takes her down to her knees, her hands and knees. She is bleeding out.
I'm gonna not care. I'm not gonna care about her. She's not doing anything. I'm gonna run down to this one, and I'm gonna do the same to this. I will assume that someone can probably kill that one for me. So I'm gonna attack. Oh, did it go? Okay, there we go. It went. So I'm attacking this one right here.
And that's a hit. And Vlad.
So,
you should
dang,
now
I
be
have
out of range
something.
of silence.
Yes,
You're out of range of silence.
You're probably
As
hearing
Dirok,
me yelling it repeatedly.
as Dirok runs away, Vlad will shout, "We need to burn that statue!" And the fan of knives, is this druid, is she incapacitated? Is she down, or is she just almost dead?
She's almost dead. She's on her hands and knees and bleeding out.
But she's still able to
She
chant?
is. No, she's not chanting. She's not doing anything. She's just on her hands and knees and down.
I considered striking the statue with lightning, but decided that's probably a bad idea.
We won't know until you try.
Big thing that
Yeah, just
people
like
are
poking
attempting
the
to bring
brown
to
mold.
life, striking it with lightning. Yeah.
But it's wood. It could also light on fire.
Frankenstein references go.
Yeah.
Vlad is going to move his whirl blade over to the statue and have it act as a buzzsaw on the roots of these.
Okay, give me your rolls.
I mean, how hard is it to hit an immobile statue?
You have advantage. It's 8.
Alright, so that would be the force damage. Starts going in right next. Keep going. Starts going in right next to Sylvia. In the meantime, for my action, I am going to move into this space, and what is the range?
Yeah, she is still alive.
But she can't chant anymore, is the thing.
That doesn't mean she's not going to try and heal herself now that the silence is moved.
This is true. Smack her in the back of the head.
And finish her. Like, I am Mortal Kombating noising right now.
Well,
I was gonna say you'd have advantage, but I don't know if that's.
It's not gonna make much.
Yeah, that's not going to make much difference on that one. She managed to fall down on her hands and knees just as you swung, and just went right over her head. Okay, and our last. Whoops! I realized we've got this one should be up here. The two flying enormous ravens are making a lot of speed, moving directly towards you as fast as they can. You can see they are carrying something in their arms.
You mean little talons?
Yeah, in their talons.
Sorry, you said arms. I'm like, they're birds.
Right. Yeah, the wings are
Don't
flapping. The
argue with
feet.
the GM.
The feet.
That's right.
It's just got. They're one of those six-legged creatures that have arms and wings and legs. But yeah, they would be carrying it in their talons. You are right. There's something being carried. Looks like a sack or something, but rather small size, that is moving towards you. And Alexander, you've got almost the last. We're getting down to the last few moves here.
Okay. Alexander is going to, now that people are actually up in his face, draw up his crossbow, grab his spear, and poke at the thing in front of him.
Okay.
I didn't lose my sheet this time.
Pokey pokey.
God, I am just rolling very low for damage today. Is a 4 enough to finish this one off? I was heard she was wounded.
No, she is
It's
not.
the one that's closer to D-Rock.
Yeah. This one is wounded, but it's not enough to finish her. But she is seriously wounded.
All right. Well, Alex is gonna poke you in, and is just gonna like be very glad that he bribed the dice gods because his dice are actually rolling to hit.
Praise Snuffle.
That is enough to take her down, and she drops at the gate. Does Alex have any other actions?
Alex is going to set his spear on the ground and hold the guard. I'm not close enough. I can still be I can shout taunts, but I think if I raise my voice at all right now, my wife will kill me. So that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. These guys
Stop yelling.
move up in your face. One of them will move up close enough to be able to hit you. The others aren't able to do so. So one attack.
If he's able to hit me as he moves within my range, I get an attack at him.
Go ahead.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Go ahead. Give your attack.
Attack.
That's a hit on him, yes.
And he
And
stops before it at the edge of 10 feet.
12.
Finally, I'm able to do my shit. Sentinel stops the movement when I hit them. He is stuck at 10 feet away from me.
Right, and his great axe only has 5, so he cannot get in range then. All right, so these guys are not able to attack you this round. Sylvia, your last attack for the evening.
I'm going to place that sword in between teeth, and I'm going to spider climb my way as far as I can go on that statue. I'm not sure how long. It was 30 feet for climbing or something? I don't know what climbing speed
30
is.
foot climbing speed. Usually you have to go half of your movement
Yes,
speed.
for a normal
Okay, so-
climbing, and you have to give me a dex save.
Okay.
A rather low one, but
let's go.
you only have to beat 10. Okay.
Did you
Okay.
cast
Woo.
spider climb?
No, I'm
No.
basically just spider
She's just-
climbing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
She's
Kid.
just
Being
using her
triple max.
dexterity to climb, and you are about 15 feet up this 50-foot statue. So it's going to take about 3 turns to get to the head, about 2 turns to get to the glowy thing.
Okay. Since I'm right there, I'm going to spit the sword out so it lands on my arms that are in front of me. I'm going to look at the gem, and I'm going to thunderwave the gem out of the thing.
You're going to attempt to thunderwave the gem out of the
Yeah,
thing.
well, that's the intention.
So give me a thunderwave information here.
Yeah, working on it. I'm working on that right now for you, good Tony. There we go.
If it's not made of organic material, I think it makes it saving throw at disadvantage. Or is that shatter?
That's shatter. Yeah, this is creature. It's here. Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away by your spell's effects, and the spell emits a thunderous boom about 300 feet.
All right. The gem does not move. It is encased in a lot of mud. It's highly secured, and so it does not move. However, the various mud pieces and sticks around you do have.
I had an idea.
And
too
it's
bad I'm not
a
gonna get to do
constitution.
it tonight.
Come on,
Sorry, what were you
roll.
saying?
I'm trying to get the roll to come up
Oh.
on. Once again, it's
Being a
delaying.
butt. Got it. Being a butt.
So, this statue is made out of woven wood and water, and mud, right?
Yes.
Are you gonna try to destroy water?
What? No, I'm gonna try to create water, melt the mud.
It is. It failed its Constitution save, so it took 14 damage. I take it from what you've got there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The druids move into the circle and begin chanting, and the glow encompasses the creature, which begins to shake. Sylvia, give me another dexterity save to see if you can hang on to it, because it is starting to shake.
Oh no. I'm gonna fall.
Only 15 feet.
Yeah, give me a 1d6 roll. You take 1 point of falling damage. You are on the ground, and out of this glowing circle of whatever it is, an enormous tree breaks forth, and you hear the druids on the south side yelling, "Winter, Splinter!" And there is an enormous roar that comes out of this tree as we end for tonight. To Victor, you have one last action.
Let's see. So, yeah, I'm gonna strike it with lightning.
That's 5d10, right?
Yup.
Us.
Oh,
Thanks, Rod. Appreciate it, Grandpa.
Oh God.
So that's 27. You add them together.
I'm giving his dex save just a second. It is... Wow, I'm surprised he has that good a dex. Let's see. He actually gives a dex save of 17.
All right, so it's
That's not
13
bad.
6
then.
13 damage then.
Yeah, that's not too bad though. That's still.
Considering you just do that every turn, then
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Actually,
the ground
thing,
trembles as this enormous roar comes out of this creature, and its eyes glow green, and an enormous gaping mouth opens in front of you, up about 20 feet high, out of the middle of this enormous tree, and the branches shatter. Shake and move back and forth.
Tree.
Do we
I'm
see
so
the
dead.
gem anywhere?
The den?
The gem.
Gem. No, right now the gem seems to be hidden down inside this tree, and you don't see the gem itself. However, the tree itself has a green glow about it.
Out of curiosity, is there any damage shown from where I hit the location with Thunderwave?
Yes.
Okay, so we know where the gem was, the entry point of the gem. Technically.
Yeah, the gem is somewhere in the
Okay.
heart of this tree. So, yep.
I am so not equipped for this.
And I need to change this number.
I want a level so I can get better spells.
I have a sneaking feeling you'll probably level if you survive this. Okay, gang.
If I survive this.
Thank you very much for all of you that joined us tonight. We very much appreciate your being with us. And we hope you join us next week as they try to take down this enormous tree and see if they can survive.
Try to not die.
Yes, yes.
With Granny Perkins over here.
Be nice.
Yes. Yeah.
See, we're gonna get. See, what's gonna happen
I
is we're
don't.
gonna get through this perfectly fine, and then the rest of the cairns will open up, and a whole bunch of vampire spawn will come out.
That's what he would do. Yes, that's exactly what he would do. However, I am enjoying watching some of the facial expressions as you guys see these things come out. So that's pretty good. So I
I'm glad
appreciate.
you're enjoying yourself.
I've learned from him to test you guys and let you see just what you're made of. And I've enjoyed the game tonight. Yep. So I will see you all next week, and we'll see what's going to happen with this tree, whether it has dawn watch for dinner or they make a bonfire out of it.
It needs to burn. This is known. And currently, we are only one session behind the Friday group.
Yes and no. You are in the same location. You are not one session behind them because they skipped one entire location.
In this stage, we are one session behind them.
Yeah.
The tree has already attacked them.
Yes.
I don't know what is going on in that campaign because I don't like the spoilers, but I know that the tree has already attacked them.
Yeah, they're basically they're basically at the same point you are, and but they never did a whole bunch of things in the middle, so they are actually behind you level wise. So yep, we will see you next week, and thank you all for coming. Thank you very much, and good night from Crone's Crucible.
See ya.
Good night, all.
Night.
Night.
So, how are we gonna? I think we still have that oil that they gave us, and I don't remember who has